والآن مع اللكشر رقم 4، المحاضرة رقم 4، والتي هي بعنوان كيفية إنشاء حركة تحويلية ضخمة من أجل التأثير الاجتماعي. How to create a massive transformative movement for social impact will be produced by Mr. Jack Slim. Welcome, please. He is the founder of the Restroom Association of Singapore, مؤسس جمعية دورات المياه في سنغافورة. Welcome, it's your floor.
Thank you very much. So today I'm going to talk about how we are going to create a movement. If we want to solve the problem in the world, if we're doing it ourselves, it is very slow. If we were to make everybody do it together, you can create impact with many, many people rather than within your own power. So my job is about toilet, about sanitation. And I will tell you the story of how I created a world movement and also the United Nations World Toilet Day. Toilet is something that is quite taboo. People feel shy to talk about this subject, but each year about 2 million people die of toilet, not having toilet, so they die of diarrhea. 40% of the world don't have access to proper sanitation. So this situation continues because we don't talk about it. So if you 2.5 billion people don't have toilet, that means there is a need for 1 billion toilets in the world, but there's no efficient market supply because people don't talk about it. So when I go to Kenya, I saw that they put their waste into plastic bag and they just throw it in the street. So they call this flying toilets. And in this situation, the car is driving and breaking the plastic bag, and the children are playing and they're touching the human waste. And then they're rubbing their eyes, they're putting the finger in their mouth, and then they become sick. And a lot of them die of diarrhea. So what you don't talk, you cannot improve. So I create a lot of very, very unique, humorous communication so that the people can understand the importance of sanitation, especially the media. They write a lot when it is very funny and humorous. I started the World Toilet Organization in the year 2001 on 19th of November. And I call ourselves the WTO. So the World Trade Organization, also called WTO. So when you make it sounds like a World Trade Organization, the global media are very, very interested and they write a lot about it. And suddenly, sanitation and toilet becomes world news. In 2001, we have our first World Toilet Summit in Singapore, opened by the Minister of Environment. And then the world coverage was very, very big. And the next year, we went to Korea. It was hosted by the mayor of Suwon City in Seoul. And as we start to escalate, higher and higher importance of toilet gets high awareness. For example, we went to Taipei with the World Toilet Summit with the Deputy Mayor of Taipei. And then in Beijing, when they were preparing for the Olympics in 2008, they want to be sure that the Olympics will be successful. And if the toilet fails, the Olympics will fail. So they renovated 6,000 public toilet blocks together with us, with a World Toilet Summit. It continues into Belfast. We went to the United Kingdom in Belfast. This is in the Lord Mayor castle, and we make him a Lord of the Rings. In Moscow, we went to the space station to learn about space toilet. And as you can see, there's so much knowledge about toilet, and every summit, more and more countries join in, and they want to learn more and more about how to improve their toilet situation. In Russia, they were hosting big sports event, and so they have to design toilet for stadium, and it's a completely big scale, different from a normal sport event. This is in the State Parliament House, where Mayor Lucture, at that time the #2 most powerful man in Russia, is our host. In India, we went to make poster in the village, and we teach the parents not to marry their daughter to family without toilet. So if you don't have a toilet, you cannot marry my daughter, because I want my daughter to have cleanliness and hygiene. So we get them to paint on the wall, and it was very, very effective. By 2007, that means our 7th year, the President Abdul Kalam of India hosted our World Toilet Summit, and the World Health Organization came, and 6 ministers, together with the Crown Prince of the Netherlands. This is the Crown Prince of the Netherlands, and he came to grace our World Toilet Summit because he thinks this is very important. Now he's the king, His Majesty of the Netherlands. Following year, we went to Macau in China again. In China, they do a lot of this event, and by 2008, I was named Hero of the Environment, and it was on the front cover of the Time magazine. So doing the social work, making social change, actually is very, very well recognized by people. We went to Philadelphia to promote sanitation. The first time in America, they don't even know that there are people in the world who don't have toilets. Then in Shanghai, at 2011, our Foreign Affairs Minister attended with the party secretary in China, and then he realized that why don't we make the founding day of World Toilet Organization a UN day? So from there, we start to lobby the United Nations to create a UN day. And President Clinton then start to support us, and we do fundraising together with President Clinton. And I never knew that these are all going to happen when I started. Everything just naturally grow, and more people came forward. They were shy before, but later on they feel this is very important. It's nothing to be shy about. In Cambodia, we teach the villagers how to produce the toilet. Start very simple factory. The factory costs $500 to start, and then they produce the toilet and sell the toilet to the local people. We ask the village gossiper to be our sales girl, because every village there are gossiper, and the gossiper is always causing trouble. But in this case, we ask the gossiper to sell the toilet, and then we give her $3 US every time she sells a toilet. Suddenly, she's become a very useful person in the village. We call our program the Sani Shop program. Where should I point? Then in China, we saw that President Xi Jinping start to become the champion of China toilet revolution. So I changed into a new kind of costume, to promote the sanitation. And also, we built 15 school toilets in a rural area. And after we built 15 school toilets, the China Ministry of Education adopted our model, which we asked the students to clean toilet themselves, and the toilet became very clean. And the Ministry of Education used our model for 215,000 schools. There's so many schools in China. So these are the former design, and it's just very, very dirty. And then we make it into flush toilet with partition. And now they are changing it into this model. So in 2012, we went to South Africa. This was the first time in Africa. And there's a problem, very, very big problem we have to solve with them. And in Indonesia, we have carnival. We closed down 9 kilometers of the main street, and we make carnival together with the police force, with the air force, with the tribes, and everybody joined in. So eventually, I went to the United Nations, and I lobbied all the 193 countries, including a lot of countries from Middle East. Saudi Arabia signed the resolution, and Kuwait and Egypt, and everybody signed. And so it was unanimously adopted that our founding day of the World Toilet Organization became the official UN World Toilet Day. So this was like a big milestone for me, trying to change people's mind about toilets. Finally, it became official UN World Toilet Day. And this day is celebrated every year by every country in the world. Bill Gates started to also become a toilet champion, and he invested more than $200 million reinventing the toilet with technology. And Matt Damon also came to promote our World Toilet Day. We went to India, and the Indian politicians start to promote toilet to win election. They promise people that if they win the election, they will build toilet, and they compete, and all of them win election through toilets. Eventually, Prime Minister Modi built 110 million toilets in India. It was the biggest toilet construction project in the history of mankind. Jay-Z and Coldplay, these are big American band and top musicians. They came to Mumbai and performed for 80,000 free tickets on World Toilet Day. So this is really, really big event, and everybody joined in, and they told me, I'm going to organize this for you. And Global Citizen is our partner. Then in India, we built 6 World Toilet College. We teach the unemployed people to clean toilet, and we place them after they graduate. We place them into hotels, into shopping center, into hospital, into this office building, and they are paid a proper salary. So right now, this Hapik World Toilet College, we want to go to everywhere, also in Saudi, if we have a chance. It became cultural, so very famous actor called Akshay Kumar started to act in a movie called Toilet, A Love Story. So this is a Bollywood movie, and it was a blockbuster, sells very well. And even in China, they show this movie, and it was a very, very big audience. Then he started another one for menstrual hygiene called Pet-Man. And I also created another movie in Singapore. This is again a top movie star in India, and he came to help us fundraise. His name is Salman Khan. The Queen Elizabeth gave me an award for the work that I do, and I became a Commonwealth Points of Light awardee. On our 20th anniversary, the United Nations made World Toilet Day stamps for us. So 3 years ago, or 4 years ago, on World Toilet Summit in Sao Paulo, the sewage treatment plant ran out of money in Brazil, and 50% of the sewage are not treated. So we lobbied for them to change the law. I went to their Senate and persuade them to change the law, and now they have the private-public partnership, and $10 billion became invested in their sewage treatment plant in Brazil. Most of the money came from China. Last year, World Toilet Summit was in Nigeria, and it was graced by the President of Nigeria and the Deputy Secretary General of the UN, Amina Mohammed, and also the Minister of Environment and Water Resource. So we have 36 governors of 36 states in Nigeria working with us now to end open defecation in Nigeria. In Japan, we wanted to do World Toilet Summit, but it was the COVID period, and so now we are trying to talk to them about hosting World Toilet Summit again in this year or next year. But we are very interested to bring World Toilet Summit to Saudi Arabia or to anywhere in the Middle East. Because this subject, if we were to come here, World Toilet Summit will be the first time in the Arab country. I hope that this is possible, because we have to go to the toilet 6 to 8 times a day. And in the scholar books in Islam, the Hadith has a very, very detailed and clear instruction of ablution, how to be clean before your prayer, and how to live a healthy life by good hygiene. And so World Toilet Summit is very, very relevant to Arab countries and to Islam as well. It is very, very highly promoted. So how do we do our work? We tell the story, and the media write a lot about it. Then the politicians want to win elections, so they promise toilet, and then the policymaker change the policy. And the academia start to do research, and they give the evidence to the policymaker to make their good decision. And celebrities came in because they also want to look very cool, and the funders, foreign aid of USAID or AusAid or UK aid, they start to bring the money in, and corporations do some CSR, and the Asian Development Bank, World Bank, they lend money. So actually everybody is using each other's strength, and you call mutual exploitation is collaboration. And they use toilet and sanitation in a very good for themselves, but also good for everybody. So we say collective selfishness is selflessness. So our job is to drive demand for sanitation, align stakeholder aspiration, have convening power to bring everybody together, policy influence, incentivizing their action, behavioral change of the people, mobilizing talent, money, authority, creating belief system, and changing their mind. Because a lot of people just go out to the bush, go to the river, go to the paddy field, and now they start to want to have a toilet because they feel dignity. And so when we are able to do this, we get set standard and mass mobilization. So since 2001, 2.5 billion people got toilet because of our work. 193 countries celebrate World Toilet Day every year. We broke the taboo, and the media coverage reached around 2 billion audience a year, every year. And we have World Toilet Summit 19 times, and we mobilized China, India, Brazil, Nigeria into great works. So I think that when you want to solve a problem, you give the work to other people, and you don't have to do it, but you help them. And if you help a movement, then everybody can take leadership themselves. Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite question. If there's any question, please ask, and then I'll try to answer them. Microphone, please.
Much for this impressive presentation. I just want to ask this toilet and cleanliness. Did you contact World Health Organization and also the municipalities regarding this issue, because they are in charge directly with this? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yes, the World Health Organization is always working with us. They do a lot of statistic research, and they know how the progress of each country is going on. And we are using this statistic to work with the Asian Development Bank. I'm their advisor for Asian Development Bank, and to explain to them that not having toilet is more expensive than having toilet, because when you have healthy population, they become productive. If you have sick population, you have to spend money to cure them. So tourism is very, very good for toilet, very good for tourism. If your toilet is clean, your tourism will boom. Because when that place is dirty, the tour agent will not arrange the tour. So this is a lot of incentive, and World Health Organization definitely is our partner. Next question.
Thank you very much. Maybe I missed it, but what was your motivation? Where? Thank you.
Thank you. So I was a businessman until the age of 40. So when I reached 40 years old, I earned enough money to buy some houses and collect rent. And I didn't want to continue to make money, because I just realized that I have only 40 more years to live until 80. And when you reach 80, most people die. So 80 years is one lifespan, and I've spent 40 years. So the remaining 40 years is 14,600 days. And every day is one day less. So like I start a countdown on my phone, and I check how many days do I have every day I check. And today I have 5,131 days before I die. So I can plan and budget, and I say, oh, it's very short. So if you're going to die, what must you do? You do service. You be the most useful, and maybe on my last day, I can say to myself, I didn't waste my time. Because if I continue to make money, on the last day, I don't want to check my bank balance. Like, if I'm lying in the hospital and I take the bank book to say, oh, I have so much money, then die. That's not a good way to die. So I think I want to say to myself, I have done a good job and I was useful. Thank you very much. Next question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jim, for amazing presentations. So my question is, the problem of toilet and wash sanitation is facing many people, many countries actually, especially on Africa, and also some countries in Middle East. So what is your next plan, or do you have any plan to expand in Africa and Middle East and publishing their awareness? Thank you very much.
Thank you. In Africa, we have a very good partner in Nigeria. So the Nigeria government is now our best friend. So we can do a lot over there. I have I wish I can work with Saudi Arabia because I have never have a chance to have a very good friend in the Middle East. For this subject, it is something a little bit embarrassing. So I hope to find somebody to work with here. And if we can bring World Toilet Summit here, I can bring the Gates Foundation to come also. And I think we can change a lot of things over here. Because, you know, you go to the toilet 6 to 8 times a day. We spend 3 years of our life inside the toilet. If you add all the time you go to the toilet, it's 3 years inside the toilet. So we need a very enjoyable visit. We need to be clean and healthy. Next question here.
I have just a short question. Do you think you can apply your innovation this to the holy cities in Mecca and in Medina for pilgrim time? Thank you.
Thank you. I really would like to be able to help that. If you allow me, I heard in the Hajj there are some places not so clean and some places very good. So if we can improve the condition for the Hajj, I think it will be very good. But I don't know if I'm allowed to visit. But if I can have plans, I can help you, your people, to design. If a whole experience of a journey is to be good, and toilet is of course very necessary. Please, after that we can talk. Yeah. Okay. Next question.
The pipes, what about the pipes? Does that happen first or after, or is there no need for pipes? Did I miss that?
So there are many treatment systems. You can actually do very simple one and doesn't cost money. You can build a bamboo hut yourself. You can dig a hole and plant a banana tree next to it, and the tree will be the treatment system. These are the most basic one. And then you can slowly grow into communal treatment system or big high-tech system, a few 100 million type of system. So from zero cost to a big system, it's all possible. But the most important thing is to ask people to want to have a toilet. Because for the people who don't use a toilet, they think it's normal. And to change that habit from defecating in the bush or by the roadside on the river, it's a big change for them. Especially when they go to the toilet together with their friends and they sit around and they're chit-chatting with their friends. So it's almost like drinking tea together. So I think that the behavioral changes are very, very critical. But the moment they start to use the toilet, they never go back to open defecation. So this is, we saw big changes like that. Thank you very much.
Really, it is amazing presentation. Strange, but necessary. Strange, but fact.